Hey there, this is the overview of emotional maturity, which is one of our 6 elements of the whole leader. First, I think it's important to address the difference between mental health and emotions. Mental health is about processing information, while emotional health is about controlling and expressing the feelings that are evoked by that information. Think of it as mental health is the ocean, while emotions are the waves. We leaders need to have a willingness to evaluate our emotional and mental health. This affects everyone in our lives: family, staff, congregants, and the community that we work with. Emotional maturity is the continuous attempt to understand, express, and regulate the full range of emotions clearly and intentionally, regardless of the circumstances. This intentional interaction with the full range of emotions is unique to each individual because everyone receives, processes, and responds to their circumstances based on their personality, past experiences, and their core beliefs. By being aware of one's emotional health, people are able to proactively engage in behaviors that increase interpersonal empathy and regulate their responses in the midst of impermanence and unpredictability. At the leadership level, emotional health fosters personal and organizational success. It enhances people's self-awareness and unlocks the door to greater creativity and team collaboration. People who are emotionally healthy are generally content, confident, and optimistic. They possess a realistic view of their own gifts as well as others and are able to share power and responsibility. Emotionally healthy teams are resilient in the face of adversity. They demonstrate agility in responding to change and achieve challenging goals. So how can this be measured? Through our 3 main points in this category: self-awareness, interpersonal empathy, and regulated response. Let's take a brief, closer look at these. Self-awareness is understanding how external and internal factors influence my emotional state and the responses they trigger. Am I secure in both my own awareness of my strengths and weaknesses, as well as the feedback I receive from others as they experience them? Then there's interpersonal empathy, recognizing the source of another's emotions and engaging gracefully. Do I stop or slow down when I recognize that I may have a disproportionate emotional reaction in response to others' actions or attitudes? Finally, there's regulated response. That's responding to internal, interpersonal, and situational changes and ambiguity in a balanced and intentional manner. Am I able to control my responses regardless of the situation? Let's take a look at something called emotional intelligence. Here's how psychology defines it. Emotional intelligence refers to the ability to perceive, control, and evaluate emotions. Some researchers suggest that emotional intelligence can be learned and strengthened, while others claim it is an inborn characteristic. The ability to express and control emotions is essential, but so is the ability to understand, interpret, and respond to the emotions of others, especially as a leader. Imagine you could never understand when a friend was feeling sad or when a coworker was angry. I want to give you 2 tools that you can look up. This is especially important when it comes to children. Those tools are the emotions wheel, you can just Google it, and the other tool is the emotions faces that you can find online. These are ways to help ourselves and our children relate to their emotions. Children need to understand, acknowledge, and properly express their emotions. If children can learn how to connect with their emotions and express them properly at a young age, well, frankly, maybe we wouldn't have so many adults with low emotional intelligence. I'm a mental health counselor. I happen to do therapy with many pastors' kids, and I really want to stress this point to our pastors. Please don't keep your children from talking to a trusted adult mentor or therapist about how they feel and what they're going through, just because of what you fear they might say or how you might look. Let's let our kids be healthy and vibrant and grow up to be just that. And you yourself, if you find that you have some areas of emotional or mental health that you need some addressing, find someone. You'll be glad you did. God made us emotional people. His word has given us many examples of this and many ways to address when we're not expressing our emotions in a healthy way. For example, he said, be angry but do not sin. He didn't say don't be angry. So what does that look like? Well, Scripture says a lot about emotions. One of them is this, Proverbs 14:30. A sound mind makes for a robust body, but runaway emotions corrode the bones. There is research to back this up. Research proves that unhealthy emotions cause a weakened immune system, muscle tension and pain, nausea and digestive problems, fatigue and sleep problems, even increased risk of cancer. Our unmet emotional needs will turn us away from God. But self-awareness, interpersonal empathy, and regulated response, if you have these in a healthy way, they can help you connect with God and help us connect with others. Remember, Jesus was moved with compassion. Let's be like Jesus and be willing to evaluate, make adjustments to our emotional health.